Hello, so you should have tried this problem already before you're watching this video. The last couple pages that we did talked about different ways you could add the problem. So one way would be to draw a picture. So maybe you did 200 blocks and 210 blocks. And 5 blocks for the first number, and then the second number you would do 200 blocks, 210 blocks, and then 9 blocks. And you would want to combine these 9 blocks with one from the top number to make a new 10. So cross those out because I just drew a new 10. Then you would count them up, and that's 454. Another way that you could do it is you could break it up and do 200 plus 20 plus 5, and then 200 plus 20. Oh, I messed up on that one. Let me try that again. Plus 20 plus 9. Which should give you 400 plus 40 plus 14. Then you would look at your ones. I have 0 1s, 0 1s, and 4 1s. So I'd write down those 4 1s. And 0 10s, 4 10s, and 1 10 is 5 10s. And then the only hundreds I have is this 4. So you would have got 454 again. You could have wrote that downwards too. So you could have done 225 plus 229 this way. And then you would always start adding at the ones. So you could do 14. Then 20 plus 20 is 40. Then 200 plus 200 is 400. Then you would add those up, and that would be 459. And the last way that I really want you to try to work on a little bit today is to do the regular regrouping way. This is probably the best way your mom knows how to do it, because this is the quickest way, but it's also the hardest way for third graders that are still learning how to add, because you start at the ones. Since this is 14, you regroup the 1 with the other 10s. That makes this 5 and this 4. I just seen that I have a mistake right here, because 4 plus 0 isn't 9, it's 4. And that's why it's good to have some different ways to do the same problem, is so that you can double check how you did it. So you could do a picture, break apart this way, break apart this way, or the regular place value regrouping way. So let's look a little bit closer at, on the next page in your book, it shows you this break apart way, and it also shows you this regrouping way. So now we're going to answer some questions about that. So the first question says, look at your model at what place value sum must be regrouped. Well, if we look at it, we can see that the ones need to be regrouped. So you would write ones on page 39 where it has a question like mine. It says, look at the second modelet. The sum of the ones is 14. Where do you see the 14 ones in modelet? Well, we see the 4 in the ones column, but then we see the 10 in the 14, or the 1 in the 14 above the 10s, because it's really a 10. 14 has 1 10 and 4 ones. So we see the 1 above the 10s. Then it says, what is the sum? We did it several ways and we got 454 each way. And it wants us to say how the modelets are alike and different. Well, they're alike and they got the same answer. And they still had to regroup the ones in both cases. How are they different? The way they regrouped was different. And also the way that they wrote the number was different. So regrouped and wrote. I'm kind of doing shortcut versions of what I'm saying because I'm writing with my mouse and it's kind of hard to write with my mouse. So then it says use this grid to figure out this answer. So I'm actually going to make this a little easier to see. So use this grid to figure it out. So first of all, we always start at the ones when we're doing the place value way. So 8 plus 3 is 11, and we're going to put the 1 in 11 with the ones and the 10 and 11 with the tens. 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. So that's actually 12 tens. So we're going to put the 2 with the tens because it's 12 tens, which means one of those is one of the hundreds. Then we're going to add those up and get 521. You could also regroup it and get it that way. There's lots of different things you could do to double check this answer. You could draw a picture. You could pull it apart. Even if I added those numbers below and said, okay, my ones I have 11, and my tens I have 120, not 110. Well, actually it is 110 because we haven't added that extra one in yet. So, but it's not 12, it's 120. And my last one, my hundreds, is 400. So then we put those together. We have a 1, a 3, and a 5. So I just seen my mistake because I added this regrouping from it here, but I really shouldn't have yet because 50 plus 60 is 110, not 120. So this should actually be 110, which would make this one 521. So that's if I was to add each one separately. You could also draw a picture and check it if that makes more sense to you. But I would like you to try to learn this regrouping way as long as it makes sense why you're regrouping the numbers that you're regrouping. Okay, finish the rest of the pages in section lesson 2, session 3. Finish the rest of these. I think it goes 37, 38 was what we did, and then we did 39. So you'll do the back side that's 40, and then you'll do 41 and 42. So finish those pages and then just leave them in your math book for me. If you have any questions about this, let me know during our live session.